Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is another Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies, and I want to go back to the every other day, every day, or 4, 5, 6 days a week videos here. Hopefully, I'll be able to continue that. I want to do shorter videos. Somebody sent me this bunch of things to get to. Things are breaking down, and there are so many things that are just bizarre about what's happening in the world. In terms of people's behavior. People are losing it. It's the year of the effort, and people are falling apart emotionally, physically, spiritually, and just in their decision making. I got a bunch of evidence to show you. Let's start here with Valerie J. Bertinelli.
Hey, anybody else out there my age just find it challenging to wrap?
So first, she does her best Popeye imitation. A lot of this clip, a lot of my analysis of this clip is about her facial expressions because she has an overexpressive face, right? It's not good to be robotic and have no facial expressions. It's not good to, to just have a face that doesn't move, which plastic surgery, a lot of these people in Hollywood have messed up their faces so they don't move anymore. But she has an overexpressive face. Like she makes expressions that many of which make you feel like you would take, if you were talking to her, you would take a step back, right? She makes expressions that, like, oh, I'm talking to a crazy person.
Wrap their head around aging, like, because I'm in my 60s. I'm 63, and
There it is.
factually,
There's another one.
I have
There's the one there.
spent more time young than I have being old.
Kaboom! Epiphany.
So I'm kind of adjusting. My body is adjusting for sure. I mean, I can still jog upstairs, but I can't run upstairs.
You can't run upstairs.
I can still do a nice deep squat, but
Yeah, you can.
I gotta hold on to something to pull myself back up.
Ooh. Ooh.
I always used to be able to sit in what is that, child's pose or whatever, when you're sitting on the back of your ankles. Boy, I can still do that, but it's uncomfortable,
It's uncomfortable because you're not a child anymore.
let's say. So I'm seeing parts of my body that are like sagging that didn't used to like sag. My forearm. It's like, what the
What the heck? Sagging, am I right? Gravity, am I right?
hell is that? I just don't. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around
Boom.
this aging stuff, right? Because in my brain, I am still this young, goofy, let's have fun girl. And my body is, and even my brain, because I don't want to have the brain that I had when I was in my 20s and 30s and
Exactly. Who wants that brain?
40s. I'm so much more appreciative of what I've been through and how I've gotten here. But it's just
Boom. There it is. There's a crazy thing that we all know and love.
mind blowing. Aging.
It's crazy, am I right? Aging, am I right?
So I guess I'm just wondering if there's anybody else out there that is doing their best to adjust to being older when they've spent so much time being young. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much everybody. Like, what do you, is there anybody else that is?
Anyway,
Let's go back to the mind blow one here. Right here it is. It's gonna happen. Ready? Everybody goes through this. Well, I don't know what everybody. People think like you're old. When you're young, you look at old people, and you think that they know they're old, right? But internally, internally, you've changed whatever ways that you've changed. You're not aware of them. When you get dementia, you're not really aware that your brain doesn't work anymore, right? And physically, I said that time I was running, And I was like, oh my God, I can't run. Like, what's wrong? I'm running like an old fat guy. And I went, well, we all have these moments. You look in the mirror and you're like, wow, I've aged, especially if you don't look in the mirror a lot. Like a lot of time people are doing things to try to prevent other people from seeing how old they are and accepting their age. And if you look in your mirror every day and you're trying to do things makeup wise and whatever to cover up these things, you're more aware of it, at least on a physical level. But whatever you feel internally, you feel internally. But I was talking with my chiropractor, and my wife and I had had this similar conversation before. And we all three of us had this experience, and probably you guys have as well. The way time is working right now is time is flying by. And the older you get, it seems the faster it goes. Like that's, always been the case. But especially now because of the information age and the amount of big things that happen all the time. And so for me, like weeks go by, days go by, months go by, even years. Seasons is a big thing, how fast seasons go by. And it's flying by. Time is flying by. And yet, when I think about something that just happened a day ago or, 6 months ago or a year ago, it seems like there's a longer period of time. Like, I'm like, that only happened a day ago? Wow, that was only last year? When I look things up in videos and video clips I've done and stories I've covered, I'm like, oh, that's only from 2 years ago? The amount of time, the amount of events and things that get packed in on a daily basis, on a yearly basis, is so much that it doesn't seem like, something that happened yesterday or 6 months ago happened. It seems like it happened a lot longer ago because of just all the events and all the things. Like there's a lot more life getting packed into these, this time that's flying by. But Valerie's crazy. So this is another case where somebody's here, let's just show you this here. This looks like a magpie, and this looks like boop, and the magpie is not having any of it.
Traumatic things that's ever happened to me. One, I'm scared of birds. Two, it literally went in my eye. I actually didn't realize it went in my eye. I thought it just hit me in the side of the face till I watched back the video, and I'm traumatized. I literally feel sick. I don't even want to show it, but I feel like I have to show it because what are the chances that I got it on film? Okay, let me show you it on slow-mo. Kind of looks like it's just gliding across my face, hits me in the side of the face. No, it literally went in my eye. Let me show you the screenshot. Oh my God, I actually can't. It is so disgusting. Here's a little zoom in of it as well. And then there is my eye. Like my eye is so irritated, and I was spiraling hard last night because I was thinking, looked up, birds have so much bacteria, and I was going to go to the hospital today if my eye was going to fall out of my face.
She said that like my eye has so much bacteria, but she said it in a Australian accent.
But this is your sign to look out for stupid birds, and they are in full swooping season, and I'm not going for my little hot girl walks anymore without a hat and sunglasses.
This is another case where animals have realized we're bonus holes and they can just come and take our lunch money, and we can't do anything about it. But this one penetrated. This one flew down, got into her eye. Like, birds are very precise, right? A lot of them are aerial hunters, and they catch bugs and things with their beaks, and they're very precise. And this thing came down, went right for her eye, and stuck its beak right down into her eye socket. Like, things are getting reals out there. Bill Gates' reputation as the world's most noble philanthropist about to be torn to shreds by a new book which claims his billions do more harm than good. I've talked about this before, years and years ago, when I realized that they were saying that Bill Gates was a philanthropist. And I said this, he's gotten so much heat. Well, look at this dude. This dude's been working out. Look at this dude's arms. That he's gotten so much heat lately, and there's all these theories about him, and I don't know what's true or what's not. Like, it would be hard to say, right? There's all these things about him being, this evil guy. But we do know from his business practices, the monopoly that was Microsoft, the way that he cheated other companies, and, the lawsuits and things he lost and things, and all the rest of it, that he's not a kind-hearted, good person. He's not a fair person. And when you hear him talk and you see him express himself, you know that he's not a loving, oh, I want to give back. I've gotten so much money, I want to give some of it back, right? None of these guys are, but Bill Gates particularly, but they're all, they give money away, right? I mean, because you have to do that for tax reasons, these guys who have billions upon billions of dollars, and they find ways to avoid taxes, and giving away money and foundations is a part of that, right? But he's not a kind-hearted, loving person. And so this idea that he's just giving money away and he's there to help the world, clearly not the case. He's got an angle. Whatever that angle is debatable, but he has one. And so, of course, his money isn't making the world better. That was never the intention, right? Wife Will Smith, wife Jada Pinkett Smith get cozy on Thanksgiving after denying Dwayne Martin's sex rumor. So there they are, this emancipation, and so they're pandering to their dumb, their dumb followers, because she's already been said publicly that the marriage was been a sham, that they've been technically divorced for 8 years, that she didn't want to get a real divorce because she didn't want to be a quitter, but she gave up on the marriage and they are living separate lives. They're not really married, just, in name only. And we knew that for years. I've been covering this since 2014, the debacle that is Will Smith and the Smith family. And then, she had an affair with her son's friend for 2 years, and then all the things that went along with that. And all the behavior we've seen Will exhibit that would indicate that he's bisexual, and then all these other things, right? And their family is weird and dysfunctional. And they've been living this lie, a lie that they've been lying to you. They've been lying to me. They've been lying to the public, which, they've been caught doing. And for them, she dislikes the guy. She has an aversion to him. You can have a past boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse or even, members of your family that you dislike intensely. Like it's a visceral, when you're around them, you can't be around them. You just, you look at them and you just, you just glare at them. You dislike them. You have an aversion to them. And you see this with her when you watch Will Smith's videos. Every time Will talks, she looks at him, she glares at him. She hates the guy. And, that is whatever it is, right? But it's there. And so everybody kind of knows it, but she has their fans, their whatever's going on in their family. And she's still trying to perpetrate this fraud, and they've been outed. They've outed themselves, right? So apparently Black Friday no longer exists. These are supposedly, this is, I guess, Target, it looks like, and there's nobody there. The stores are empty. There's Black Friday stuff here. And this was, how Black Friday used to be. And, people pouring into the store and waiting outside the store. And that just isn't happening anymore. That, people aren't going for these deals. And again, I can't say this is actual footage. But if this is happening, these stores are in the red for over 10 and a half months a year. And there's 6 weeks, the 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, and then the weeks up until Christmas in December. That period of time is the only time most retail stores are in the black. The rest of the time they're in the red. They lose money. And if they're not getting it done during Christmas season because people have adjusted to shopping online and all the rest of these things, which we all have, these retail stores are all going to disappear. I mean, they're already on the ropes. And then what happens to all that commercial real estate, and, what happens to, everything will be done online. Just think about that, right? And I don't like going shopping, but it's a little disconcerting to think these stores would all disappear. Sports Illustrated deletes articles published under fake author's name and AI-generated profiles. So this is an AI-generated profile. This is Drew Ortiz, and Sports Illustrated said they hired this guy This is supposed to be a human guy who's doing reports, and it turns out that Sports Illustrated on Monday said it had deleted several articles from its website after a report found that once celebrated Legacy magazine had published pieces under fake author names and profile images generated by artificial intelligence. And then it says that this was a report which was published by Futurism, found the magazine had repeatedly published articles whose authors could not be found online outside of Sports Illustrated website. And so they were using AI-generated articles. Here's the actual report. And we asked them about it, and they deleted everything, right? And so they were using AI to write articles. And AI has proven to be, make stuff up. And they didn't know this probably at the time. And they used the AI to generate a persona, so it looked like a human being was writing these things. But this is, this is where we're at right now. A bunch of things were sent to me, particularly by one person, by a few people sent me these types of things. So people are just losing it here.
Crazy. Look at that. Look at that shit, bro. What the fuck? He's taking off on him, bro. What the poop? What the poop?
So this person sent me like 3 other ones like this. And then somebody else sent me. People have been sending me stuff like this, and I could do about 8 of these. I have a few more of them here. Well, first let's watch this.
By the way, North, you need to have some loyalty. When mommy talks about people, you cannot go tell them. Why would you tell Auntie Kendall I hated her outfit?
Kim was telling me all night. She's like, no, it's great. Your look is great. I love it. And then North and Penelope were in my room after, and I go, oh guys, who was your favorite of the night? Then they were like, you were actually our favorite. And I was like, oh my God, stop, really? And they were like, yeah, we really loved yours. You were our favorite. And I was like, your mom said she really liked my look too. And she goes, she was lying. She told me she did not like your look.
And she wants her daughter to lie for her, right? And she won't lie. And she's ratting her mom out left and right. When I talk poop about somebody, you're supposed to back it up. You're not supposed to tell them the truth. So here's another one here. This dude's hanging on to a bumper. The bus is behind this car, this truck, this semi. And some dude in a wheelchair and he hits a speed bump. And, that happened, right? People have lost their minds. One man jumps out of an emergency exit on a plane before it takes off, causing an all-out frenzy.
He put something on the plane and he jumped out the exit window.
Go, everybody go, get off. Go, y'all. Go, y'all. Go, y'all. Zia, are you okay?
What?
What happened?
He put something on the plane and jumped off the thing.
Wait, what? Someone jumped off? Zia.
He put something on
Go.
So that happened. I mean, some of this can be explained that everyone now has movie cameras, right? Carrying a video camera around with them in their phone all the time. And I've said this before. So there's going to be an uptick in crazy behavior captured on video, and people like to see crazy behavior, so there's a reward to capture something crazy on your camera. And yet, there's a lot more crazy stuff happening, right? I mean, either it's, the fact that it's being documented. Let's say there's no uptick in crazy behavior. Well, it's scary how much there is, right? There's scary how many crazy things are happening out there. Okay, so I just wanted to go back this one moment and wrap this video up. And I noticed it when I was editing. I thought I'd just, end the video with this. And so these are these two bimbos realizing that Kim has a nightmare. She's got 4 little Kanyes running around. And one of them just tells the truth. And they're all liars and fake. They're so fake. And she's got somebody who's going to rat her out every time because she has 4 Kanyes. And so I covered this on my other video yesterday. I'll continue on, tomorrow with something here. I don't know. With, other stuff, whatever it is. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paramano, definitely pointing from the apocalypse and the ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.